So today I'm going to mix and match different types of damage reduction that we have. For now the sources of damage reduction that we have is Beidou's ult, XingQiu's Rain Sword, and Dehya's E. There is also C6 Jin, but I don't have it, so can't do a showcase with it. I'm gonna test it in Floor 12, Chamber 2 first half, which contained the famous Scorpion the Bird. And the note, that is quite the extreme case, because we don't usually get enemy that hit that hard. I would say 90% of the enemy don't even come close to the damage that those two can dish out. Nahida is going to be our volunteer for today's test, and yeah, let's go. First thing first, no damage reduction. I think we can all guess how this is gonna turn out. Moving on, we got Dehya. Her damage reduction at talent level 8 is 46%. She takes that percent of damage to herself. Dehya can die from this mechanic, but that shouldn't really happen, since she can take up to 200% of her max HP, and well, since she is the highest HP member of your team, that means at least one member of your team must die for her to die too. With that being said, sadly she isn't enough to let you on-field tank everything from these two. As you can see, well, just a couple of attacks is enough to kill my Nahida. And some of you may have noticed that sometimes the enemy overload me, which deals a good chunk of damage, and that is also the reason why Nahida occasionally lose more HP than she should, because on top of the damage of their attacks, there's the reaction damage. So keep that in mind from this point onward. Okay, Dehya alone is enough to tank the Scorpion and the Bird, so let's go to the next one. Now we got Beidou and XingQiu. Their damage reduction stacked is around 80%. On top of that, there is a little bonus thanks to Beidou's C1, which gives a shield based on 60% HP of Beidou. And as you can see, we are able to tank way more than before. 80% damage reduction is no joke. If you dodge a little bit and item with the ult here and there, you should be able to easily clear floor without worrying about dying. But there is a big difference between using XingQiu and Beidou and using Dehya, that being interruption to resistance. With Dehya alone, if you double cast her E, you have infinite interruption to resistance, while in this case, only XingQiu provides a little bit of interruption to resistance, and a lot of their attack can interrupt you or even knock you in the air, which brings us to all of them combined. Sadly, they don't provide 100% damage reduction. While XingQiu and Beidou's damage reduction stack on top of each other, Dehya's one works differently. Her damage sharing mechanic will be applied at the end of damage calculation. So, since we got 80% from XingQiu and Beidou, then around 50% of that damage will be taken by Dehya, so around 90%. It might not sound a lot, going from 80 to a 90, but that makes quite a big difference. We basically take half the damage, so we can tank twice as much. At this point we are basically unkillable, and on top of that, thanks to XingQiu and Dehya's resistance to interruption, we don't have to worry about stagger, and you can save Dehya's second E to reposition it. Now I want to talk a little bit about this team. This is actually a functional team. In single target, it's a below average team, but in AoE it's actually slightly above average. But the damage isn't the point of this team. The point is you can almost tank everything without worrying about enemy attack patterns. So if you are a Zhongli enjoyer, you should also enjoy this team quite a lot. And yeah, let's do a quick showcase in Chamber 2 first half.
Let's get down to business!
The Temple of Wisdom!
Eyes on me!
Rain outlines your fate.
Let's get it up!
Finally,
outlines your fate.
Buckle up!
Yeah. Ah. Stop fighting. Commit it to memory. Yeah. Yeah. Sharing my knowledge. Yeah.
Eyes on me!
Rank cutter.
Overall, I will say that was a good clear, and if you guys are curious, here's the build. For Dehya's artifact, you actually don't need any crit damage or crit rate, you only need elemental mastery, and if possible run the Flower of Paradise set. And that's it. Have a nice day.